This is Matrix Mesh, a program used to generate 3D uniform meshes for STL and STEP files. Select the STL or STEP file you want to mesh, and then select Generate Surface Mesh to preview the geometry that will be turned into a 3D mesh. To modify the coarseness of the mesh, change the element max size, then select Generate Mesh to preview the 3D meshed file. Finally, if the preview looks good, you can select Save Mesh and choose a file location. The .mesh file that you create can be opened directly by whatever simulation software you're using. The section view of the mesh we created highlights the uniform Hex 8 mesh structure. Here I'm adding in the STL file we used to create this mesh just to see the geometry differences. For more complex geometry, you can reduce the number of faces on the STL in order to speed up the meshing process. You can also modify other variables like epsilon and delta, which will have minor impacts on the mesh geometry. The max element size is how large a single Hex 8 cube will be in millimeters. Delta and epsilon change some constraints in the algorithm. This meshing software uses several ray tracing steps and some additional post-processing to create a mesh. Really all I'm doing is placing the STL mesh in a matrix of points, and then classifying the points as inside or outside, and then I'm pushing or pulling them onto the surface of the STL file. The variable delta is the percentage of points inside that we pull to the surface instead of points outside that are pushed to the surface. If you have a volume with small gaps, you will want a delta that is large, and if you want a finer surface, you would want a delta to be small. The epsilon variable is just my rounding variable for the ray tracing algorithm. Really there's no need to change this unless you see your surfaces start to look really wavy. In that case you'd want to increase the number so you have a finer resolution. The benefits of the software is that it won't give corrupt elements. It will have a uniform cube-like mesh throughout the body, and it will be able to mesh both STL and STEP files. Thanks for watching. The link to download is in the description, and I hope this helps.